Hey guys, welcome to the Lily Knits YouTube channel. My name is Alnar and I'm the creator behind Lily Knits, and this is where I post videos to help you guys with my free patterns, which you can find on the Lily Knits website. In this video, I'm going to show you how to crochet the stitch used in the No Sweat headband. You can get this pattern for free from www.lilyknits.com. Just search for No Sweat headband if you have trouble finding it. Before we get started, I'd like to ask that if you enjoy my free patterns and tutorials, that you consider supporting me and the Lily Knits website by visiting the Lily Knits Ravelry or Etsy stores and purchasing one of my for sale patterns. When you purchase a pattern, you will be emailed an easy-to-read, beautifully formatted, printable PDF file. And every pattern that I create is designed to not only be beautiful, but also fun and easy to follow. By purchasing one of my patterns, you enable me to continue to provide inspiration and value to you guys through my free patterns and tips on the website. Okay, let's get started on our hairband. So the first step is to make a foundation chain of 15. So I'm going to assume that you know the basics of crochet, like making a foundation chain and double crochet and single crochet. So I'm making a slip knot and inserting my hook and chaining 15 for my foundation chain. So I have my foundation chain here of 15 chains. And for row 1, the instructions are to double crochet in the 4th chain from the hook and in each remaining chain. So I count 4 chains in, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, and work my first double crochet. I like to work my double crochets in the top of the chain, but you can work them however you prefer. So that's my first double crochet. So if you want to make this headband a different size, you can just chain whatever width you want, as long as it's an odd number of chains. So you can even use it for a different type of pattern if you just want to use this stitch. So I'm just working on my double crochets all the way down to the end. Almost there. Okay, I'm on my last one. So this is what row 1 will look like. So you just have a row of double crochets. And then you chain 1 and turn your work. Row 2 is just as easy as row 1, except we're going to single crochet in each double crochet to the end of the row. So I have my chain 1 from my turning chain, and then I work my first single crochet in this first double crochet right there. So that's my first one, and then my second. And I just single crochet all the way down to the end of the row. And you work your last single crochet right in this stitch. So not in the turning chain, but the last double crochet. So it'll look like that at the end. And then we chain 3 and turn our work, and we begin row 3. So this is what it looks like at the end of row 2 and before we begin row 3. So now row 3 is where the fun begins with this pattern, and this is where we start working with our front post double crochets. So the first step is to work a front post double crochet around the post of the next double crochet 2 rows below. So what that means is the double crochet, not in the row below, obviously, because that's a single crochet, but 2 rows below. So this is the double crochet that it's referring to for the next double crochet. So we work a front post double crochet. So a front post double crochet is when you insert your hook from the front to the back to the front. So front to back and then to front around your hook. So I've completed my first front post double crochet. And now I work my next stitch, which is just a double crochet in the next single crochet. So we work a double crochet in the next single crochet. So the one after the one that we had skipped when we had worked our front post double crochet in the row below. So you can see we're creating kind of a little rib type of pattern there. And then we just repeat this until the end of the row. So we work a front post double crochet around the next double crochet 2 rows below. So not this guy, because this is the one that is below the single crochet that we just worked, but the next one. So we work it around this guy right there. And then double crochet in the next single crochet. So you can see that we had skipped one when we worked our front post double crochet, so we don't want to work in this one, we want to work in the next one. Like so. And then continue all the way down to the end. So I'm going to skip this guy right here and then do my next front post double crochet. And then work a double crochet in the next single crochet. And just keep going. So now I'm at the end of the row and I've worked a double crochet around a front post double crochet, and now I work my last double crochet in the last single crochet of the row. And that's what it looks like at the end of row 3. And then we chain 1 and turn our work. So this is the back of our work. So you can clearly tell which is the front and the back with this pattern. Okay, for row 4 is pretty easy. We just single crochet in each stitch to the end of the row. So I've chained 1 and from my turning chain, and now I just need to work a single crochet in every stitch, in every single double crochet all the way down to the end. So I'm at the end of the row, and I've worked my last single crochet on my last double crochet, and now I'm going to chain 3 and turn my work. So it'll look like this. Okay, now we're at the beginning of row 5, and row 5 is very similar to row 3. We just work our front post double crochets around the front post double crochets 2 rows below, and we work our single crochets in, and we work our double crochets in the next stitch. So we continue creating this ribbing pattern. So I'm going to make my first front post double crochet around the front post double crochet, and then skip, well, if you see behind, this was a single crochet that corresponded to it, so we don't work our next double crochet in this stitch, but we work it in this one. And then we continue on in the pattern. So I work a front post double crochet around the front post double crochet 2 rows below, and then I work a double crochet in the next single crochet. And I continue on. And you can see from behind that I'm just when I work on my next double crochet in the single crochet, you can know which one to work it in, because you have to skip one for the one that corresponds to the front post double crochet that you just did. So we skip this one and then do the next one. If you ever feel like you're confused with how they're lining up, that's a good way to figure it out. So I finished my row, and this is what it looks like at the end of row 5. So everything's lining up nicely, and if you look at the back, you can see that we have been skipping every alternate stitch when we work in the row single crochets. I don't know, I found that really helped me with lining up my stitches. So we chain 1 and turn our work. And then we just keep repeating rows 4 and 5 until we have the length required for our hairband. So I've specified the length in the pattern, but you can always make yours longer or shorter based on how big your head is. So if you're making it for a child, you might want to make it shorter. Or if you're making it for someone with a really large head, then you might want to make it larger. But if you continue in this pattern, you'll have a beautiful hairband really, really quickly. I hope you enjoyed this pattern. If so, please subscribe to the Lily Knits YouTube channel and give the video a thumbs up. And don't forget that you can find this free pattern on the Lily Knits website. If you love the pattern and would like to purchase the printable PDF file, you can do so through my website or my Ravelry or Etsy stores. The PDF file is beautifully formatted and a great way to keep the pattern for your own records. And purchasing the PDF file also helps to support me to continue to provide you with free videos, tutorials, and patterns going forward.